Dear brothers and sisters, today I want to talk to you about a very important reality of life. Not everyone is happy when you're growing. Yes, my dear friends, as you strive to improve yourself, seek knowledge, and walk on the path of righteousness, you will notice that not everyone around you will rejoice. Some may even feel uncomfortable or resentful of your progress. But let us understand this with wisdom. Growth, true growth, is a sign that you are moving closer to Allah, becoming a better servant, a better person. It's a sign that your heart is awakening and your soul is striving for higher ground. And remember, the journey of self-improvement often challenges the comfort zones of those around us. Sometimes they see your progress as a threat to their own shortcomings or insecurities. So, how should we respond? First, dear brothers and sisters, patience is key. Patience with yourself and patience with others. Allah loves those who are patient. When you see that some people are not happy with your growth, remind yourself that this is part of life. Not everyone will celebrate your success, and that's okay. Second, remain sincere to Allah. Your growth is for His pleasure, not for the approval of people. When you seek Allah's pleasure, His acceptance, then the opinions of others become insignificant. Remember, even the prophets faced opposition and criticism. Yet they remained steadfast because their focus was Allah's pleasure, not the fleeting approval of people. Third, continue to be kind and humble. Never let the negativity of others diminish your humility. Keep your heart pure and your intentions sincere. Your growth should be a means to serve others better, to spread goodness, and to be a source of positivity. And finally, trust in Allah's plan. Sometimes people's reactions are tests from Allah, a test of patience, of reliance, and of trust. When you face opposition, remember that Allah is aware of your efforts and He is the best of planners. Brothers and sisters, your growth is a sign of Allah's mercy upon you. Keep moving forward with sincerity, humility, and patience. Do not be discouraged by those who are not happy with your progress, because their envy or negativity is a reflection of their own internal struggles. In conclusion, remember that the most important growth is the spiritual growth, your connection with Allah, your akhlaq, and your character. Let that be your greatest achievement. And always keep in mind, Allah's pleasure is the ultimate success. Growth may not be appreciated by everyone, but it is a sign of Allah's mercy and progress towards His pleasure. Growth, whether personal, spiritual, or professional, is often celebrated and encouraged in our society. When someone makes progress, be it gaining knowledge, improving their character, or achieving their goals, people tend to recognize and sometimes even applaud that effort. However, what many fail to realize is that not everyone will be happy or supportive of your growth. In fact, some may feel uncomfortable, envious, or even resentful when they see you moving forward. This is a reality that every sincere believer and seeker of self-improvement must understand deeply. The first thing to recognize is that true growth, especially spiritual growth, is a sign of Allah's mercy upon you. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, guides whom He wills on the path of righteousness. When you take steps to improve yourself, to purify your heart, or to increase your knowledge and piety, it is not merely your effort alone, it is also a reflection of Allah's favor and mercy. Growth signifies that Allah is pleased with your intentions and your efforts. It indicates that your heart is opening up to the truth, that your soul is striving to elevate itself from the superficial to the sublime. This is a profound blessing from Allah. Not everyone is granted the opportunity or the motivation to improve themselves in meaningful ways. Many are held back by their own shyness, their complacency, or their attachments to worldly distractions. When you are actively working to become a better person, whether through seeking knowledge, practicing good manners, or increasing your worship, you are, in essence, walking on a path that Allah has opened for you. This path is a sign that Allah's mercy is upon you, guiding you gently towards what is better for your dunya and akhirah. However, because this growth is a sign of Allah's mercy and favor, it can sometimes evoke feelings of envy or discomfort in the hearts of others. People may feel threatened or insecure when they see someone making progress, especially if they themselves are stagnant or struggling. Sometimes, individuals may even resent the fact that you are changing in a way they cannot or will not. This is not necessarily because they dislike you personally, but because your growth reminds them of their own shortcomings, or it challenges their comfort zones. It may also expose their complacency, making them feel uneasy. Moreover, society often celebrates superficial success, wealth, fame, beauty, or material possessions more than genuine spiritual or moral development. When someone chooses to prioritize their growth in character or faith, they might be met with misunderstanding or even criticism. This is why it is crucial to understand that not everyone's reactions reflect your worth or the reality of your progress. Sometimes, the negativity or resentment from others is a reflection of their own internal struggles, insecurities, or lack of faith. Understanding that your growth is a sign of Allah's mercy should strengthen your resolve. It reminds you that your efforts are valued by the most merciful, even if others do not see or appreciate them. It encourages you to continue walking the path of righteousness with humility, knowing that Allah's pleasure is the ultimate goal. When you recognize that your development is a blessing, you become less affected by the opinions or reactions of others. The praise and admiration of people are temporary and superficial, but Allah's mercy is eternal and far more meaningful. Furthermore, this understanding helps you stay patient and steadfast in the face of opposition or negativity. When someone scorns or belittles your efforts, remind yourself that it is a test from Allah. Such reactions are part of life's trials that are meant to strengthen your faith and patience. Instead of feeling discouraged, you see these challenges as opportunities to deepen your reliance on Allah and to affirm that your growth is genuine and valuable in His sight. In essence, your growth is a divine gift. It signifies that Allah has chosen to guide you, that He is pleased with your sincere efforts, and that you are moving closer to the ultimate success, His pleasure and paradise. Your progress is not just about personal achievement. It is a sign that you are on the right track, that Allah's mercy is upon you, and that your heart is opening up to the beauty of faith and righteousness. So never let the negativity or envy of others diminish your resolve. Keep striving, keep improving, and keep turning your heart towards Allah. Remember, the key is to seek His pleasure above all else, because ultimately, that is what will truly bring happiness and fulfillment. Your growth is a blessing from Allah, and it should be cherished as a sign of His mercy and kindness. Trust in that, and continue walking on the path of righteousness with humility, patience, and gratitude. Patience, humility, and sincerity to Allah are essential when facing opposition or negativity from others. Patience, humility, and sincerity to Allah are fundamental qualities that serve as the foundation for a meaningful and successful spiritual journey. When facing opposition, criticism, or negativity from others, these virtues become even more essential. It is natural for human beings to seek approval, validation, and comfort from those around us. We wish to be liked, respected, and admired for our efforts and achievements. However, when our sincere efforts to grow and improve are met with hostility or indifference, it can be deeply discouraging. In such moments, it is crucial to remember that true success does not depend on the opinions of people, but on Allah's pleasure and the sincerity of our intentions. Patience is the first virtue to cultivate in these situations. When people oppose your efforts, whether with harsh words, ridicule, or subtle disapproval, it can evoke feelings of frustration, disappointment, or even anger. Patience teaches us to endure these trials with calmness and perseverance, trusting that Allah's wisdom is behind every test. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who faced immense opposition from the Quraysh and others during his mission, exemplified patience in the face of relentless hardship. His steadfastness became a model for believers, showing that enduring opposition with patience is a means to attain Allah's pleasure and ultimately success in both this world and the hereafter. Humility is equally important when facing opposition. It reminds us that we are servants of Allah and that our success is ultimately due to His guidance and mercy, not our own strength or intelligence. When others criticize or oppose us, it is an opportunity to reflect on our intentions and to humbly seek Allah's forgiveness and guidance. Humility prevents arrogance and self-righteousness, which can lead to stubbornness or a desire to defend ourselves at all costs. Instead, humility encourages us to accept constructive criticism with grace and to view opposition as a test that refines our character. It also helps us realize that everyone is on their own journey and that we should not be quick to judge or condemn others, especially when they oppose us. Recognizing our own imperfections and limitations fosters a sincere attitude, making it easier to respond with patience and humility rather than anger or pride. Sincerity to Allah, or ikhlas, is the key that sustains us through trials of opposition and negativity. When our intentions are pure, when we seek Allah's pleasure and not the approval of people, we become less affected by their reactions. Sincerity transforms challenges into opportunities for spiritual growth. If our efforts are genuinely for Allah, then no matter how people respond, we remain steadfast, knowing that Allah's judgment is what truly matters. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, demonstrated the importance of sincerity when he endured insults, rejection, and hostility from his own community. Despite these hardships, he remained sincere in his mission, always seeking Allah's pleasure. His unwavering sincerity served as a shield against the negativity that surrounded him. Moreover, sincere believers understand that opposition from others is often a test from Allah. Tests are meant to strengthen faith, purify intentions, and elevate the believer's status in the sight of Allah. When facing opposition, believers should see it as an opportunity to demonstrate patience and humility and to deepen their sincerity. This mindset turns trials into means of spiritual elevation rather than sources of despair or discouragement. It also reinforces the understanding that the true measure of success is not how many people praise or support us, but how steadfast we remain in our commitment to Allah's commands. In addition, patience, humility, and sincerity foster resilience. They help us maintain our composure and focus on our spiritual goals amid external negativity. These qualities remind us that we are servants and that our ultimate success lies in pleasing Allah, not in gaining worldly admiration. They also cultivate a heart that is forgiving, tolerant, and compassionate, which are qualities highly valued in Islam. When we respond to opposition with patience and humility, and when our actions are driven by sincerity, we become better examples for others and can turn hostility into opportunities for dawah and positive influence. Finally, it is vital to remember that Allah's support accompanies those who exercise patience, humility, and sincerity. The Quran emphasizes that Allah is with those who are patient, and that He guides and elevates those who remain humble and sincere. The Prophet's life is full of examples where patience and humility helped him overcome immense opposition, and his sincerity kept him unwavering. Believers are encouraged to emulate these qualities, trusting that Allah's help is near and that genuine perseverance will be rewarded in this life and the next. In conclusion, when faced with opposition or negativity from others, cultivating patience, humility, and sincerity to Allah is essential. These virtues help us navigate trials with grace, preserve our integrity, and deepen our connection with Allah. They transform challenges into opportunities for spiritual growth, and they remind us that Ultimate success is measured by Allah's pleasure, not the fleeting approval of people. By embodying these qualities, believers can remain steadfast, resilient, and sincere in their pursuit of righteousness, regardless of external circumstances. May Allah guide us all, accept our efforts, and grant us patience and perseverance. Ameen.